The Newseum, a young and increasingly relevant exhibition of the historical battle for our First Amendment rights as American citizens, is closing its doors on December 31st, 2019. Due to insufficient funding, former Newseum chairman and interim chief executive Peter Pritchard came up with the initial idea of selling the Newseum's parking garage back in 2015. According to Pritchard's memo regarding his investment plans, failure to meet expectations in the reinvestment agreements would lead to investors taking a large stake in the building that the Newseum occupies. With a pristine location on Pennsylvania Avenue, the Newseum occupies valuable real estate with a beautiful view of almost every major attraction in Washington, D.C. This detail led investors to exploit the Newseum's faulty financial structuring for future commercial profit.
The Cliff Notes version as to why it's closing is that the building is financially unsustainable. That really great view that you can get from up on the 6th floor on the, I'm forgetting the word for it right now, but the exterior walkway, it's a really great view, but it is on Pennsylvania Ave. So it's an expensive building too.
According to the Washington Post, along with a storage facility in Laurel, Maryland, Pritchard reinvested the Newseum's outstanding $307 million in debt with both commercial and investment banks. After 11 years of being subsidized by private investors at a below-market rate, the Newseum had to come up with a balloon payment in order to remain in possession of their non-liquidated assets. In other words, the Newseum was dragged along by potential investors for years, and their plan to refinance before their deadline ultimately failed. Most of the employees that still work at the Newseum continue to work, however, their days as paid employees are numbered.
Well, my favorite part of the museum would be the Pulitzer Prize, journalists, photos from around the world, and journalists. The second one would be the big screen TV. When you see everything in 3D. And the third thing I would definitely say is the most funniest is not so serious news when you have the late night comics. So those are my favorite things.
In the next few years, the Freedom Foundation has promised to create a new Newseum somewhere else in DC that is more financially viable so that they may be able to create a more sound financial structure under a future exhibit of freedom of speech.